Hello everyone, thank you for checking out my channel. This is Wani and we are talking about my daily dose. So, the last time I talked to you, I promised that I was going to tell you, based on my own experience, the three things you must watch out for when investing in an agricultural project. Uh, I did it, and I did it in Africa, in my home country, DRC, and I came to realize that there is a number of things that you actually have to really watch out for when you are residing abroad and investing back home, whether it's in Congo or in your home country, whatever it is. So, in my personal experience, the first thing you must watch out for is don't be too scientific about it. In my case, I thought that by getting a sample of the soil, get it analyzed, get the result, attend to the soil, and start the process was going to be everything you need to take care of, and then it should be fine from there because you know what you're doing. But it's not the case. In today agricultural settings, the weather is changing, so all the knowledge that the locals actually were relying on is actually shifting. They are also as confused as you and me when you start a project, because back in the days they used to know, like, for sure the rain starts this around this time and it's going to stop around this time. Around this time we stop planting, we only take care of the soil. It was clear cut what you need to do, when and how. But with the changes in the climate today, it's not as clear as it used to be. So even with with me consulting the locals and my lab result, when I started actually working, I faced a whole set of challenges that I was not prepared for. One of them was even with the amendment I was providing to the soil, and was promised by the lab that it's actually going to help you and you are going to see results faster in terms of nutrients that the soil needs. It was not necessarily the case, and then the rain didn't arrive when it was supposed to. It actually came like a month and a half later, and then when it finally arrived, it was not as much as I was hoping it will be, especially for me, because I was into spices, particularly chili, and chili needs a lot of water, like a lot. So as we're moving forward, and I was taking care of some problems and others, I just had to trust Mother Nature. I came to realize that the third thing you really need to watch out for is, really, don't be too scientific. Just take everything in account, not only the locals, not only the lab results. Trust whatever divinity you pray to, and just pray or ask for divine intervention on your project so that something can come out of it. The second thing will be, get to know the locals. Those people are going to work for you. Get to know them. Like, get to know them on a personal level. Not like, don't get involved in their life, but get to know them on the personal level. What matters to them, how they work. Because my first mistake was to just assume because I have the money, they will work whenever I say so, but that's not the case. When you are working outside town, people, they will tell you when there is someone who died in their area, all of them stop working. So you are actually not going to tell them, you should come work, I have the money and I will pay whatever you are saying. Even if you do so, they are not going to come if they have to actually bury one of them, and that all of them are not going to show up. So you just need to respect that and accept it. And that's why I'm saying get to know the local, because early on you will avoid a mistake that, like the one I made, thinking that just because I had money to pay, they will come to work. Get to know them, because you will understand how they function, what's important to them, what's not, how you can deal with them when they are frustrated, what they will do, what they will not do, to which extent you can push them, and what they will absolutely not accept. The second thing is, whoever is the leader in the region, you must be on the good side of that person, because that person the ability to actually turn the people against you. But that's not even the most important part. That person have the ability to limit people stealing from you. I mean, at the very beginning, people were stealing like everything, like whatever it is, and I was in need of a lot of stuff, right? They will still all kind of stuff. For example, once I took my second in command there, and I asked him to sleep over there for 2 days, and they actually stole food from him. And then afterward, and it was not a matter of they don't have enough food, but just they didn't feel like, he just came in, he didn't present himself, nobody knew where he came from, so they were just trying to make him uncomfortable. And then the other day, some of his shoes just disappeared. And then a bottle that we were using for water, they also disappeared. Just small stuff, but when you realize you don't have them, they actually limit you, because he was not yet used to drinking water from that side, so he still needed to buy some water in the meantime. And you realize that you can't spend like 2 days without drinking water. And that region where I was carrying out my agriculture project was really outside town. So it's not like I can just pop in and give him some more water. No, if the bottles disappear, he needs to wait until I go back that side so I can bring more water. So it just small stuff that made him very, very uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, we realized that we needed to go and talk to the leader and ask him not only help on people stealing from us, but also explaining to the leader what we are here to do, why we are doing it, what we are hoping to achieve, and the end result. But the most important part, how the people of the region are going to benefit from your project. And that's how we really that's the second thing we must really watch out for. And the third things will be perseverance. Agriculture is it's not it's it's something else. It's not what you are told, eh? It's definitely not what you are told. Agriculture will decimate you. So it's something else, eh? It's really something else. So do everything you're supposed to do, but most important to be patient, like persevere, because some days things are just not, no, most of the days, not some days, most of the days things are just not going to go your way. For example, one of those, it was really it was not even rainy season, and I was supposed to go up there, but the political settings in my country can be unstable. So one of this morning I woke up, I'm ready to go and everything, and then bang, there is a strike. People are burning tires, shouting, and then there is police coming in, and you find yourself in the middle of all of that, and you're supposed to get out as fast as you can, because when things start flying, somebody gets hurt. So imagine what happened next and how it ended. But I managed to make it to where I was going to check out how are things going with my chili, and it was good. But I was stuck over there for like 2 hours waiting for things to calm down in town so that I can go back, because we didn't have transport. So you have to walk from the site back in town, and it was like 12 kilometers. I spent like 3 hours and a half walking by foot. It was not fun, but hey, I decided to get involved, so I was willing to do whatever it takes to see how our project will come out. So my advice would be really those 3 things, and hang in there. Agriculture is very interesting. It will help you learn a lot about yourself and a lot about all the potential opportunity, not only potential, but all the opportunity that are in the area, but and all the potential business collab you can have with other partners, not only in your region, but in town, and people that are also doing a small agriculture project around you. At some point they will come to talk to you, and you guys will share experience, not only on what you're doing, but also on how to handle labor, especially human labor, because it's so challenging, especially with people outside. For example, in my area, most of them didn't study, and they only know agriculture is the, you know, the provider. So they can be very tricky, and you cannot do that job yourself. So you need to humble yourself, learn on the level that, you know, learn from those people, and accept them as they are, and yeah, and be patient with them. So those are my three you know, things that you must keep in mind when investing in an agriculture project in Africa, in your home country. In my case, in DRC, that's what I learned. And I'm still learning a lot more as we're going along. Probably maybe 6 months from now, I'll be saying some other stuff that are most important. But for now, I will say, get the leader on your side, be perseverant, and you know, don't be too scientific. You know, leave room for surprises, leave room for life, because life is unpredictable. And that's it. Well, I hope to see you next time. Bye.